Hey, everybody. Hello, hello. Thank y'all for joining us, Candid Conversations from the Single Place. I'm so glad that you all have decided to tune in. Listen, y'all, we started like 7 minutes late, and y'all don't even want to know the reason why. Y'all, I had started the broadcast, at least thought I had started the live broadcast. And I just realized that we were just talking and y'all wasn't even on. So tell me about how it's starting off already. All right. But I'm so glad. So let's try this again. Thank y'all for waiting on us. Thank y'all for waiting on us and joining in with us. I'm excited to have y'all. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Listen, while y'all are on, I need you to go ahead, like, share, and let somebody know that we're on. Gather up all the singles, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Listen, the crew is like waiting backstage. I know they got some words for me because I was just, y'all thought I was live. I thought I was live and we was just talking, did our whole introduction, and yeah, y'all weren't on, but it's all good because y'all are here now and we're here now. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, we're super excited about tonight. Another Tuesday, y'all. This is our fourth one. Woo! Moving on up to the east side. Listen, I'm so glad that y'all have decided to join. I wish I had some cheer music or something, make it a little bit more spicy and everything. But again, I'm glad y'all are here with us. Listen, while I'm just rambling, go ahead and take a few seconds. Again, go ahead, like, share, let somebody know we're on. Tonight, we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. All right. So we want you guys to check us out. This is a platform where singles come together and we just have dialogue, conversations, even arguments if we have to, about things that we experience in the single journey. And we've even had married people that come on, and hey, we down for that too. Y'all can chime in and listen, be a little nosy and everything. It's okay. We welcome all. We welcome all. It's all right. All right. But again, I'm so glad to have you guys on. Your girl is happy. I'm excited tonight because I feel a little free. I was just telling them, y'all, I've been busy for the last couple of weeks, as we all have. The whole crew's really been busy, just be doing stuff. But I feel so free, because I finally got some stuff done and completed. And one of those things is, y'all, I finished school. Yes. Woo, y'all. That monkey is off my back. That stress level is off my back. I had a 35-page paper, y'all, in addition to another 10-page paper, in addition to another 10-page paper. So like 55 pages of writing for 3 different classes. But your girl got through it with the help of God. And I am so, so excited that on May 6th, I get to walk, y'all. I'm super excited. I'm getting my master's degree and I'm excited about this new journey. So yeah, your girl feel a little free. I don't really know what to do with myself, but we're going to do something, okay? Just enjoying the week. But we had to come on because we got some stuff to talk about. Listen, I got the crew with me, or at least 2 of them. We're missing one tonight, but we're looking to have her back in a couple of weeks when we do the next one. But I do have another guest that's going to join us tonight, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Tonight, y'all, we're going to be talking about and giving information about dating online, okay? It's the new thing. Listen, everybody's doing it. If not everybody, most everybody is doing the dating online apps. It's just the way of the world these days. And so we want to talk about it. We want to give you guys some tips and some information that will be helpful in your journey in doing so. But before we get into it, listen, we got to go ahead. We got to make the introduction, give the introduction, allow the crew to introduce themselves as we always do. And so right now, without further ado, we want you guys to welcome Miss Angela Harris. Hey, Ange.
Hey, everybody. Congratulations, Steph. I know you're feeling real good.
Yes.
Big congratulations to you. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Listen, you over there looking scrumptious, snackalicious with the ponytail, with the colors. Come on and pop on through.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to take my compliment. Thank you.
Yes. And you got to tell them, look, we did this. We're going to do it again. You got to tell them What are you wearing? It's a special collection from.
Okay. This particular dress is sold out, but peachyplus.com. They call me Peaches. That's my nickname. I am a Georgia Peach. Okay. So peachyplus.com for the full figured and fine. So go over there. We got some cute stuff over there. This dress was one that I sold. Yep.
Yes, yes. And it's giving what it needs to give, okay? It's giving what it needs to give. Listen, y'all definitely got to check her out. She has an amazing online boutique. I have even purchased pieces from her. I've even done a photo shoot in a piece of hers. There's this nice, really nice coat
Mhm,
that I was able to
mhm.
get from her online boutique store, and I just love it. And so, yeah, y'all got to check her out,
Yes, yes,
peachyplus.com. So glad to have you on tonight. I know you couldn't be with us the other week or so, but we're glad to
yeah.
have you back in the building.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
Yes. All right, y'all. Well, we did introduce Ange, and we got our other crew member that holds it down for the men. Y'all, he changed he said he didn't change his name, but he has his regular name tonight. He has the name that God and his parents gave him.
Okay.
I think he had an epiphany, but we'll see what he says.
Thank God. Okay.
Welcome, Mark. Hello. You got to come off of mute.
Yeah, trying to shut me down
Mm.
already. I did
trying to shut
not
you
have
down.
I did not have epiphany. I am an antagonist by nature.
Mm-hmm. You're in the tag.
Okay.
Uh-oh, you was talking about my Wi-Fi some weeks ago. What's going on over there? I don't know what's going on.
I
You're
gotta get
stuck,
my
bruh.
neighbor. I guess
Yeah,
my
you on the
so
neighbor's Wi-Fi today.
I'm on the neighbor's Wi-Fi, but
Mm.
I might have to move closer to the window. But
Uh-oh.
yeah.
He
So
played too much.
when I'm Kevin Samuels 2.0, I do that for Jericho to antagonize her. But don't worry, I'll be back next go round. I'm gonna be Kevin Samuels 2.0 from now on. And so, but
Mm.
Oh Lord.
congratulations to you though for graduating school. Congratulations
Thank you.
for
I
graduating school.
appreciate you. I appreciate you. I
I'm
appreciate
so glad you didn't get caught cheating. Thank you, Jesus.
you.
Thank you, Jesus. Because I'm gonna tell you, having graduated college twice myself
Mhm.
already, you show me a college graduate, and I'll show you a cheater. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say.
He played too
I'll
much.
show you.
Speak for yourself.
Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, Kaleidoscope, how you doing? Good to see you again.
He's such a hater.
It's kaleidoscope.
Y'all, we got to
Hey,
say happy birthday,
Kaleidoscope.
y'all. Get in the chat and say happy birthday because yesterday was Mark's birthday. Happy birthday,
Yes.
Mark.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Mark
you.
Kevin.
Thank you so very much, Kaleidoscope. I thank you. I
We love
appreciate
you.
you.
Appreciate
Why
you.
am I kaleidoscope? I'm confused.
You got all the colors. You got every color of the
Oh,
spectrum.
okay.
That's
Okay.
your.
But you got to admit, she's fierce. She's fierce
I'll
and
take
She
it.
is. She
I'll
look
take
good.
it.
She look good. She got on her weekend ponytail tonight. I love it. Come on.
Yep. Yep. Sure
with
do.
the
I'll
weekend
take it.
ponytail. Yes, we gotta say happy birthday to Mark. Listen, y'all, we're gonna like down the line, we're thinking of kind of also having this as a, kind of like, where people could come on, introduce themselves or whatever, and then if people are interested, almost like a little dating situation. We're trying to get
We
Mark, y'all,
gonna hook Mark
married off
up.
because the man of God did not celebrate his birthday, and
Come on, sir.
we need him to get hooked up so the right one can go ahead and take it. He talk a lot of junk, y'all, but he really is a good man. He really is. He really is. He got a good old heart, So we need somebody to sweep him off his feet. Give him a birthday candle. Give him a birthday cake.
Listen,
He want to be
the
swept
way
too.
the way to my heart is through my stomach. I need to see what your kitchen look like. I need to see how
Okay.
good your cooking skills are. Everything else will
Mm.
fall into place.
Oh, okay. Well, if
Mhm.
you get the
Sure,
right
that's
woman or
what
whatever,
that's
she get
what-
that big old cake and she pop out the cake or whatever, looking how you want her to look like a snack, you gonna be happy.
Lord, that's a whole nother show, Stephanie. Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Woo.
I'm talking about the time you gonna have a ring on the finger. We talking,
Oh, is that?
we talking about after after the nuptials.
Oh, okay. After, you
They're
better
saying happy
specify.
birthday, Mark. They saying happy birthday. They saying happy
I
birthday.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Yes.
it. My cash app is $ Mark Fortson.
Okay.
$Mark Fortson.
Okay. Okay.
Let the Lord use you. Let the Lord use you.
Amen.
All right. Well, yeah, y'all can go ahead and bless the man of God. It's all right. It's all right. Go on and sow into his
Come
ministry.
on. Come on.
His lunch for tomorrow. Ah, well, we're so glad to have you on with this. Mark, he hold it down for the men. We trying to get him another brother on or whatever. So we'll see. But he said he can hold it down on his own. So we appreciate you, Mark. We really,
Of
really do.
course.
And
Of course.
last but not least, y'all, we want to go ahead and bring on our special guest for tonight. Yes, I extended the invitation for her to join us, and I've been wanting to get her on for a while. And I was so glad when she said yes, she would be able to come on. And we're so glad to have her because she has a book, and we're going to be talking about it tonight. And like I said earlier, have a topic that is big right now, and she's going to talk about it. So, y'all, I want you all to welcome, without further ado, help us welcome Miss Regina Saunders. Hey,
Hi, how you doing? I gotta find my camera. I'm sorry, I'm trying to
Hey,
find.
Regina.
Hey,
yes,
how you
welcome.
doing?
Good. How are you?
We're
I'm good. It's been a long time.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, we're
I
so
almost wore a
glad.
similar top. I'm glad I didn't. We would have been driving Mark crazy.
Right.
Right. All the different colors.
The down him in can't
Yeah.
take it.
Right.
I can't. I
We're
can't. There's
so
too many
glad.
colors. I'd have thought I
Huh?
was high or something. I'd have thought I was high
Oh,
or something.
Lord.
Whatever.
Well, we're so glad to have you on with us, sis. Excited about tonight. Excited about the conversation that we're going to have. Like I was saying earlier, this is a topic that, hey, it is, it's alive and just everybody is on. Well, most people, I won't say everybody, because you still have some people that are a little afraid of it. I know that for me, I never could have thought that I would find myself on dating apps because I was one of those type of people that was like, no, you got too many weirdos. I will never get on online dating. You could have never told me. And then when COVID hit, my goddaughter Sasha was
Uh-huh.
like, Mom, you need to extend your reach. You need to like go out. All you do is go to church, work, and just in the same old circles. And so you need to get out and you need to engage, or at least, broaden your horizon or whatever for you to be in a different, market or whatnot. So I did, and
Right.
it's been interesting. It's been quite
Mm. To say the
so,
least.
huh?
Whatever.
I said to say the least
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, to say the least. And so you have actually written a book, and this is the book, guys. It's called How to Safely Date Online. Is Online Dating for You? And so we're going to talk about it tonight. And
Wow.
we want you to first just kind of introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how you even came up with the concept for the book, and just what brought you to this point of writing this book.
Okay, well, first, congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
Secondly, thank you for the invitation
Mhm.
to come on to the podcast. The book, like you said, I don't know if y'all can see it or not, and then the back of it, How to Safely Date Online is online dating for you. Me being divorced for a long time, uh, did not go out of the house a lot. And most of the people that I knew were people that I worked with, which were like females. And I started online dating journey kind of back in the day when a lot of people didn't really do it. I would just meet people online, maybe meet them for dinner, meet them for drinks, hang out, whatever. And, you know, I knew I didn't want these people to know where I lived because I didn't know them.
Mm-hmm.
As time progressed, you would see all these stories, horror stories on the news of people that had been victimized by someone they met online. And they were victimized because they didn't take any precautions. They just, met the person and was really, their guard was down, and they were just thinking, oh, hey, I'm meeting somebody that's thinking like me and they want to meet someone online. And everybody's not out there for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we're all human. Most of us that are single, some have been married, some have never been married. So we're built to work in a team. So we do seek a companion, yearn for a companion even. So the thing about the subtitle is online dating for you is there because it's not for everybody. Everybody's not going to be able to present themselves. Like I had a hard time coming up with a profile or bio or what to put down because I was like, oh, everybody doesn't necessarily like talking about themselves. But when, like you said, when COVID came along, everybody realized that was single, I really am by myself. I'm in the house. I'm not really going to work. I'm ordering my groceries online. So I'm not bumping into people in the stores or anything like that to even have just male-female interaction conversation. So a lot of people, did develop an interest in online dating, whereas they didn't have one before.
Mm.
It stopped me if anybody has a question or if somebody pops up a question or whatever. One of the things that we have to realize if we're going to set up an online dating profile is that everybody is not have the same thought as us. Everybody is not here for the same reason as us. But also keep in mind, you're not the only decent person online looking to meet somebody. That's the optimism that I try to hold on to whenever I'm trying to weed through the crazies, because you have to weed through the crazies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to, set up, first of all, determine what exactly you want, what you're looking for. If you're looking for marriage, if you're looking for somebody to hang out with, other people may be looking for other things. Even if you were selling an iPhone online, you need to come up with a plan to safely meet that person and do that business exchange.
True.
So the reason that I came up with this is because I got tired of hearing about people who did not make it home from a first date.
Mm.
Because the purpose of this is not a lot of reading, it's not a lot of pages. It's just meant to be like a little guide, a handbook, if you will, to help you get, maneuver to your first meeting and make it back home safe at the end of the night.
Yeah.
You
Now,
know,
can
the
you
tip.
speak to?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to just
Go
because
ahead.
you talk about how you got tired of hearing about unfortunately people who were going on dating sites and they weren't making it home. Meeting people, unfortunately getting killed and things of that nature. Now, can you talk
Right.
about just because you work in the court systems, so you see a lot of
Right.
things from a day-to-day basis. Can
Yes.
you speak from that perspective?
Well, you have a lot of course, males, and more so a surprising number of males that are being victimized because they are going to go to somebody's house or meet somebody at some ungodly hour for whatever their purposes are that we won't get into. And they don't take any kind of precautions. You don't go to someone's house that you don't know because the men are being set up to be robbed, assaulted, and the same for women. Women more so assaulted, men more so robbed. And it's like the wee hours of the morning when you know what they're meeting for. Don't try to meet nobody at no crazy hour, no crazy place. My thing is always never, ever, 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 ever allow a first date to come to your house or you to go to their house. I always say give it 30 days. You know, if you're dating somebody, meet in public and be careful about the information that you give them. You know, like you've got children, don't, when you're interacting online, don't mention your kids, the name of your kid's softball team. Because if I'm a predator, I'm gonna look up all the wildcats in the area in the general vicinity where you say you live, and I'm gonna be sitting at the ball game, stalking, looking, whatever, whether they're a adult predator or whether they're a pedophilia type predator. There's predators that are online, not just necessarily looking for adults. Some of them are trying to get at your children.
Yeah.
Some of them are trying to get at whatever possessions you may have. So you just have to be careful when you are talking to these people. I kind of go into setting up your profile, picking your sites, because the sites that you pay for, you're going to get a better quality of individual there than a lot of these free sites. I just learned about some sites a couple of weeks ago. There's one called The League, which is supposed to be some kind of elite dating site. Like, I'm on a waiting list to get in there. There's like 20-some thousand people in the Atlanta area trying to get on this site.
Wow.
And they said they keep a balance on this site to keep, I guess, to keep the males and females at a good ratio so that they don't have a ton of men or a ton of women. And that I went in to set up a profile, but I'm on a waiting list to get in. A lot of the places that you try to go, it's called The League. And if you go into your, I don't know if you have iPhone or Android, but when you go into the App Store, it's there. There's another one called Elite Singles that I just heard about that I haven't checked that one out. And there's another one called Luxy, Luxy. And these are supposed to be like primo dating sites. I haven't gone, like I said, into all of them. I tried to do The League, but I'm still on a waiting list to get in. But, you know, if you are going to log into a dating site, try one that you are going to have to pay for.
Yeah.
Because the free ones, any and everybody's in there.
Yeah. That's true. That's good. That's good. Those are good tips because actually you just presented something that I've never heard of. And in fact, if anyone's watching and you wanna look these up, thank you, Jerica. She's not able to be on, but she is in the chat. So she just so you named The League, the Elite Singles, and the Luxy, Luxy.
Luxy, yeah.
Okay.
I downloaded each of the apps to my phone because I am going to go in and check them out. Like I said, The League, I already started setting up profile, but there's a waiting list to get in. Wow. Which tells me, okay, they're not just, you know, I think they're doing like backgrounds and they're making sure they have a balance of men and women.
Yeah.
Because they send you a little email saying, hey, you're still on the list, blah, 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 blah. And they tell you kind of like what number you are on the waiting list in the world and in your city.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes.
That's kind of
what I was going to say is when you go to set up your page, be mindful of your pictures that you use. Come up with a decent screen name. You don't want to give them your real name, but you also like your full name, but you also don't want to give them something inappropriately crazy or, you know, because whatever you put out there is what you're going to attract. If I put a bunch of sexy pictures up, I'm going to attract people that's looking for that. If I put up some lewd and lascivious name or some suggestive name, then the people who are looking for that, they're going to be the ones that start messaging me.
Makes sense.
I like a good old dirty mirror pic. That's what I
like. Of course.
Oh,
it's on my nerves.
It just in case you don't know, he's the crazy one.
You can do that.
It gets on my nerves.
I like a good old dirty bathroom mirror pic. That's what I was. You got toothpaste, hairspray, all that.
Yeah,
I
they
feel
have
you.
toothpaste, they got soap,
Yeah.
and then even your background, if you're standing in a room, people got stuff all around behind them on the floor. It's
Everywhere.
clothes, it's food, it's all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be careful about your background. Pay
Guns in
attention
their
at your
I
hand,
love it.
kitchen.
guns in their hand.
Look,
I've
I
been
love it,
experiencing them.
girl.
They doing
I like
drugs. They got all kind of stuff
Oh,
going on.
God.
the bedroom piece where you see they ain't got no bed rails, the box spring on the floor. I love it.
I
I
just
love it.
love
Right. I'm like, you need to stay over there and clean that house. You don't need no date.
it. Okay.
A whole mess. But you brought up an
Yeah.
interesting point. You brought up a good point because, and I'm guilty of this now. I haven't put my whole name on there, but I have put I have my first name on there. And so you're saying it's best to just make like a made up name and then, something that's appropriate and everything.
Yeah,
You don't want to be
something
running.
like Steffi. Like if it's like a short, and they'll figure out Stephanie, but you don't want to just put your full name out there. Like on some of mine, I'm Gina. It's just Gina. Like my Instagram is someone's daughter, simply because I'm someone's daughter. And I like to
Mhm.
let people know, if you would not want your daughter to date a man like you, then
Mhm.
you can leave me. Don't come my way,
Right.
because I feel like you need to realize that I'm someone's daughter as well.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm. That's good.
And they don't think like that. You
Yeah.
know.
Now,
Um,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's a thing in the book about, if you're going out, say you're gonna go meet Mark tonight and y'all don't know each other. Number one, he doesn't need to pick you up, and you don't need to pick him up. Number two, think about leaving your car at like a Walmart or something that there's high traffic, there's cameras, and taking a ride share to the restaurant, so he can't get your tag number. He doesn't know what you drive. And then at the end of the day, you take the ride share and go back and get your car. Go in the store, whatever, if you think you're being followed. Just always be mindful of your surroundings, and tell like a friend. Like I would send my friend the guy's screen name or a screenshot of his profile. We're meeting 6 o'clock Longhorn in Morrow, whatever. This is the person. So
Mhm.
if in case I disappear,
Mm.
somebody knows where I went and who I was meeting and where we were meeting at and what time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. That sounds like some old Mission Impossible espionage
It sounds
type
like a
of
lie.
stuff. If I got to go through all that just to go out with somebody, I got to change my name. I got to go over here. I got
Mark,
to
this is
change
your
clothes.
first meeting. Your first meeting.
But why
You
I
don't
got
know
to
this person
what
from
why?
Adam.
But why I got to turn into James Bond just to you know? My Lord, today. I
You know
mean,
what? I don't think it's really not too much, because a lot of what you said, I can meet you in person at the gas station and you want to go out that same week. I'm gonna do some of the same stuff. So I don't feel like
Exactly.
it's too much to ask. I think it's normal stuff, really.
Yeah. And as
Yeah, you
Vanessa said, I think it's I think what you're saying, of course, men like you, and I was surprised at how you said that there are men, a lot of men, surprisingly, that that are victimized as a result of being on these, because you often think of women being more victimized, in which we know probably it is in many cases. And so some of the tips that you're sharing, not saying that men can't utilize them, but a lot of women have to be cautious. And I was just at a conference this weekend with Elder Tara Raouf, a great sister of ours, precious sister of ours. She has this conference, and on Saturday, it was just amazingly surprising at the type of stories of people that abuse. And we're not, trying to put a damper on this. We're really trying to give education, as you're doing tonight, but to
right.
just make people aware that there are a lot of crazy people. Like, you think people are just normal and walking around here in their right mind and just saying, like, you
Oh
have
no.
a lot of like insane people that do crazy stuff. One of the stories that really stuck out to me and is so like disheartening, this young lady, she met this guy after about 7 weeks. She moved him into her house. She had a newborn
Oh,
baby, a 9-week-old baby, and
oh,
she trusted this man who she just met to watch her baby while she went to work, and
oh,
this baby raped the 9-week-old baby, and they had to remove all of the baby's reproductive parts, allegedly, from what's been said. And I think this was something that made the news.
oh.
It was shared at this event. So there are some
Mhm.
crazy people out here. And so, of course, as you're saying, we all, if you're looking for love, if you're looking to interact or have human connection, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And, God made us that way. But at the same time, it is very important that we keep ourselves safe, because, like you said, everybody that gets on these sites, you may be on there for one thing, but everybody that get on there don't have the same intentions or the same mindset. And so, these are some things that we
Absolutely.
really do have to be mindful of.
Wow.
Yeah, and you don't think about that simply because your mind is not thinking that way.
Mhm.
You're thinking, hey, I'm meeting people, I'm making new friends, because some people don't have friends, like they don't go to church or they don't interact with their coworkers. So they don't have, any kind of socialization on a personal level. So you don't know what kind of weirdo is sitting out here typing stuff into a darn computer that has no social skills.
Yeah.
And not even this, it doesn't even have to be online. I heard a story of a lady, a young girl, she was 19, and there was a nurse telling this story. She says she went to her mailbox. You know how you pull up to your mailbox in an apartment and you get your mail, you get in the car and you just flipping through it. Somebody saw her, crime of opportunity, took a tire bar, crashed in her window, beat her within an inch of her life,
Wow.
raped and sodomized this girl for like 3 days and left her for dead. They found her. I don't know if a trash truck found her, somebody found her, got her in the hospital. She lost an eye at 19. This lady was saying, if you pull up, like if I leave here right now and I go to my car, within 45 seconds, I need to be pulling off. When I pull up within 45 seconds, I need to be pulling off. If I go to the mailbox, which I don't go at night, I don't do gas at night. As a woman, there's a lot of things I don't do after dark. And I'm not scary. I carry different kinds of weapons on me, but I'm not foolish either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Angela?
I just said okay. I'm
Right.
listening.
But like I get my gas at Sam's. There's always an attendant at Sam's, and there's other people at Sam's just getting gas. They're getting their gas. They have their ID and their credit card. It ain't like you can pull up at the QT, run in and pay with cash, snatch somebody's purse on the way out, and do whatever. Sam's isn't set up that way. And I don't believe Costco or BJ's is either. So you have to be mindful no matter what you're doing. It doesn't even have to be a dating situation. You can be going to the store.
Mm.
So just, don't sit in your car idling around. As soon as I get in my car, even though when I get to a certain set of miles, the doors are locked, I get in and just lock the door.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Even in my new car, I get in, I hit the lock.
Yeah.
Because if somebody sees you sitting in your car, you don't know what's going through their mind. You don't know if they're seeking a victim for a crime of opportunity. You don't know if maybe at home they got some hungry kids. They trying to find somebody to rob so they can get some money and go to the store. You don't know what their intentions are, what they're looking for. And then there's just pure evil that's out here as well that you have to be mindful of.
That's true. Vanessa said, roll up on me, they're losing a limb or two.
A
I don't
limb or
blame
two?
you.
What, did she carry an axe? What did she carry? How you just gonna lose a limb or two?
But these days, time you might have
She
to
got
a
a
machete
machete in
too.
her
I
car.
just said she got a machete in her car.
I know that's right.
Oh,
She got a
Friday the 13th,
she got a
Jason
machete in her car.
Voorhees. Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. How you gonna lose
So
an
I
arm?
have
Watch
a
that.
question about
Yes.
the online dating. I'm trying to think if I've
Okay.
I haven't ever done it. I think
Okay.
now I may be open to it, but I'm, haven't. I don't know. I'm not thinking about it like that.
You've never done online dating, Ange? I didn't know that.
Mm-mm. I'm
Oh,
trying to think. No, I
And
haven't.
a lot of people
Listen,
have it, and a lot of people aren't open to it. But I know a lot of people and people that we know mutually that have met their spouses online because there
Hmm.
are some people looking, for a wife, and just like us, they're not necessarily in a place or a position or maybe even in a geographical area where there may be a lot of women
Hmm.
that they are,
Yeah.
that are in their appetite. Um, I
So
suggest that, you give it a shot.
my
Go ahead.
question is, would you say there are more success stories than there are horror stories?
Um, I would say it might be 50-50 because on the radio, I heard a couple that was celebrating an anniversary. And when the radio host said, "Oh, really? That's nice." He gave him a shout out. He said, "How'd you guys meet?" He said, "We met on Tagged." If anybody remembers what Tagged is a site that I don't even know if it's still active, but Tagged was a social networking site.
mm,
Mhm.
So, your person is wherever your person is, but you have to be available for them to find you. I don't suggest women go onto those sites where the woman contacts the man first. And I think they set them up for the women to feel safe, like they're initiating contact. But because I'm more traditional than I am modern, I'm not going to be reaching out. That's not my position.
yeah. I actually tried that one and it wasn't for me either because it was like I don't just like I said, I'm kind of traditional. It's like if the guy's interested, is like let you make the first move. And not that I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm all that, so you got it. But it's just a matter of I don't know because, like I think you alluded to this earlier, or may have I've seen it in your book that men are hunters, and so by nature, and so
Yes.
it's like if you start out chasing them, I don't know. Everybody has their different thoughts on that. If you start out chasing them, you might keep on chasing them or whatever. But
I
I
think
know
if
that.
you introduce yourself, that's fine. And
Mm,
like you meet somebody in person, you're like, "Hi, my name is, Stephanie or whatever." And I've done that, shake hands and introduce myself. But he gonna have to take it from there because that's the only shot I'm shooting. I'm gonna
yeah,
speak.
yeah,
That's
That's
how
it.
I am.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
can
I'm
I
gonna
tell
speak,
y'all
and then you
something
better
crazy
pick it up,
though?
bro.
Where'd you say, Mark?
I'm tell y'all something crazy, Stephanie. I don't know if you remember this, but a while back, probably a couple years ago, I was on. I had made a profile on Christian Mingle
Yeah, we
because
bumped
because
into
I
each other on there.
and we and they paired us. They were like we like y'all might like each other. So
I run
they,
into I run into a couple of
yeah.
people I know that is size.
You don't. Well, you the only person I know that I ran into on there, but I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, for real? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I do. I mean, I do have a type, so I guess I guess.
Well, at that time, man of God, I think you was dating a couple of them that so I had to lay low.
oh,
That's a topic
Lord
for
have
another
mercy.
conversation.
That's a topic for another conversation. Lord have mercy.
Mm.
But I will say this: a lot of people. One of the biggest things that I used to like be concerned about is like, how do you know they're not crazy? How do you know? But I think Angela was saying this earlier. I mean, you can just run into somebody that's like literally off the street or whatever, and they can be just
Yep.
as crazy. One of the things, and I think as I've done it, like I said, I got on dating sites in 2020. I haven't been on all of them. I've done more of the free ones. I have paid for a few of them, and then I'll get off. I'm like, nothing is. I'm not making any connections. Let me stop spending my money right now. And then, sometimes I'll try it again later. But one of the things I will say is that since I've been doing it for these last couple of years, and I'll be kind of on and off, because to be honest, and I'm bad at this. I'll say like, I'm looking for a boo. I'm looking for, well, not a boo, but yeah, a boo, but somebody that could be a potential. But at the same time, a lot of times I will admit I will get busy and I'll get consumed in my own world. And somebody may have liked my profile, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll like theirs back, and then we might exchange words a few times, and then a whole week will go by, and I'll forget to get on now. And then I'll think about like, oh my God. By that time, they probably think, oh, she probably got a man and she ain't been able to get back on. I mean, that so because I know I do that sometimes. Like if a guy don't, after a while, he hasn't been on in a long time, I'd be like, oh, he got somebody or whatever. I ain't. So that has been my thing. But I will say that I've learned a few things, and I guess in the church world we call it discernment. And I believe that, that's a part of my part of how I kind of vet on there. But I have picked up a certain type of skills, or at least certain insights that I think that does help me. For one, like you were saying, I do know that when you pay your money, people are going to tend to be more serious. But even if you're on the free apps, if someone, like if a guy, is on there and he only puts like one picture, most times I will X him. Even if he sent me a like, I will X him. If he put only one picture, or he didn't even say anything about himself, to me, that's giving an indication you're not really serious. Like you're just on here to just see what you can, see. And I'm not saying it's for all cases, but most times, 9 times out of 10, I feel like you're just on here just to see what you can get. You're not really taking it serious, because if you're taking it serious and it's a dating profile, you're going to at least put no less than 3. I know in your book you say at least 5 pictures, headshots and full body pictures, and you're going to give some type of description. I know everybody is not good or big on talking about themselves. I get it. I feel the same way. You don't really want to put yourself, I got to do all this talking about yourself. But again, like if you're on the dating site and you're like genuinely trying to meet someone and be serious, you're going to at least put a couple of sentences about yourself. If you on there and you got money on your seat, you know what I'm saying, you with a cigarette in your hand and you got gun, like, come on, bro. Like, you're not trying to be serious, and I'm not gonna give you the time of the day to ruin my life. I ain't got time. So it's an X for you. So it's different things that you do pick up on, when you're on there. A couple of conversations, you can kind of start seeing where a person's head is. Again, this is not just 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, but as you do it, you start kind of getting some genuine idea. There have been times where the conversation was going good, then I finally give the guy my number, and I feel like if a guy has asked for your number, he's trying to really seriously get to know you. Well, if I give you my number and then you like text me, hey, this is such and such or whatever, then let me just say this too. I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know about nobody else, but it gets on my last nerves when a guy WYDs me. Like, why? That gets under my skin. Now, some people say, oh, that's just being extra.
That's a peeve.
That is a pet peeve.
I can't take it.
Like, why you gotta
don't
WYD me to do?
Don't HMU. Don't WYA. Don't GM. Don't none of that. Because you are a grown man. Yeah. I expect full sentences and a little bit of punctuation. I expect to know I'm talking to a grown up. I can't. Don't do me like that, because I'm done.
Now later on down the line,
if I wanted to go date an English professor, I would do that. Okay. Listen, we ain't. This is not school. This is not college. Okay, this ain't class. You know what it is. It's text message. Matter of fact, that's what it was designed for, shorthand. If I wanted to hold a conversation, I would call you. But I don't want to do that. I want to get to the point. So if I GM you or where you at or what, just know I'm thinking, at least I'm thinking about you.
Explain something. This is how I look at that. I look at that like this. If you are getting my number just to text me, you wasting my time. We passing notes on here. That's what we doing, is passing notes in effect. So if you say, oh, let me have your email so we can communicate. No, because that's the same. We just passing notes on a different platform. Either you want to talk or you don't. If you don't want to talk, I'm not mad at you. But I'm not going to go from passing notes here to passing notes on my phone all day. I'm not doing that. Call and talk to me.
I'm going to give y'all a little game, okay? I'm going to give y'all a little game. Texting is how a man controls the conversation. because one thing about women, y'all love to talk. Oh my God, y'all love to talk. And y'all love to talk for a long time. We don't want to just talk like that. I'm for real. You ever seen two women holding a conversation with each other? It's like watching the Olympics. It's like y'all don't even be listening to each other. Y'all just be waiting for y'all turn. Like for real, just to talk. Just no, I don't want to go through all that. I just want to get the contents of your mind. That's it. Like, what are you thinking?
Well, I will say this in defense of what she was saying as far as, okay, I get it. You know, when you're texting stuff, yeah, like you're not looking for a professor of English and all that, but a person that you are looking, because you do want to know, like, where is this person's intelligence level, and if they are misspelling every single word and they twist it, like that kind of gives you some idea, like what the educational status, and ain't knocking nobody, but at the same time that does, because everybody has what they like, and if you are somebody that it's important for you to have someone that knows how to spell pretty decent and know how to, then that's important. I get it. Some texts and stuff, you might not always put your period and your, question marks where you need to put them, you just shorthanding, but there are a lot of
a few good text conversations in the beginning are like a must for me because of that. I'm purposely peeping things out. But me personally, I am a texter. I'd rather text. But phone conversation, absolutely. But we could talk in person as well, because I might have the kids or I want to get back to you, and I want to give you the opportunity to get back to me when you want to. I think I prefer texting probably 70% of the time.
You know what?
I type for work, so I don't want to type in my personal life.
You said, Mark, you and Angela finally agree on something?
We finally agree on something.
Okay, Mark, I have a question for you from Jerica, and then I'm going to give it back over to you, Regina. But she said, what tips can Mark give the men for dating online? Because, we're going to keep it open and make it fair. So what tips?
Is this a serious question from Jerica, or is she trying to be funny?
I think she's trying to be serious. I think
she's serious.
I'd be like, I would say, if you're going to date online, tell her to send you her credit score to show that it's real.
Oh, God.
That's what I say.
Okay. There you go with that. We can do the same.
No, like if you want to date online, I mean, for me, and our safeguards are not the same as you guys. I mean, we ain't in danger of being stalked like that, at least not at the rate y'all are. So,
but you can get robbed. It was a man here in Atlanta recently who got robbed for was about $100,000 worth of jewelry. Oh, they set you up, boy.
Wow.
They carjacking and everything else. But
she made a good point. Right. Yeah, she made a good point though. Like when you get on these little free sites and like, you know what I'm saying, especially like with Craigslist, they were busting their head over with Craigslist. Like, yeah.
Who's dating on Craigslist?
Craigslist has a dating section.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I had no idea. I don't do Craigslist, so
that sounds dangerous.
I didn't even know Craigslist was still up.
Yeah, Craigslist is still up. It's still thriving, and they have a dating section. Craigslist is like the Family Dollar of website. You can get anything. But dating app, yeah. So
Facebook has a good dating app.
Yeah.
You don't even need to do the Facebook
dating app is good.
Just join one of these little dating groups and listen, it's a free for all up in there. You know how that is, Stephanie.
Free for all.
What's that group we belong to, Stephanie?
Black Christian singles.
Yeah, Pursue or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Pursue it. I don't think the people on Pursue are fully saved now because they're not necessarily Christians. It's business people on there, I think, because the title is not just necessarily Christian. It invites another dynamic in.
I don't know how many real business people on there.
It's
to
some
be.
freaks in pursuit.
You know, everybody's an
Ask me
entrepreneur
how
these
I know.
days.
It's some
How you
freaks
Stop.
in
know?
there.
How you know,
Huh?
Mark?
Oh, they be in my inbox. They do. They be in
Ooh,
the inbox.
ooh.
I don't even post in there anymore because every time I post, and no shade to the groups out there, but every time I post on that, I just get a lot of little old creepy men that get my inbox.
See,
Like,
it's some freaks in pursuit. I'm trying to tell you.
I be like, oh my gosh, like,
No, no old freaks, please.
Mm.
no.
I'm telling you, man. I
Mm.
had a girl, and this I ain't make. I had a girl send me some pics through the inbox. She inboxed me some very risque pics of herself.
Seriously?
And
I
then,
did
yes,
too.
yeah, she did. But then guess what? I went back on the page. Tell me why this girl had her clergy on, talking about getting ready for church. I said, "Oh Lord, listen." I said, I ain't mad, but
I know you ain't.
What was your
Jesus, let me
response?
tell you.
What was your response to the woman of God?
I couldn't even. I had to take a moment. I said, "Wait a minute."
Mm-hmm.
I
You said you went back on that. She had a clergy call on.
said, "I clearly
Oh
called."
God.
I said, "Ooh, I need to pray for her. I said, I need to go lay hands on her. Lord have mercy."
No, you
Mm-mm.
don't.
No, you don't.
I said,
Oh,
I said, let me
If
go
she
lay
sent
hands on
them
her,
to
Stephanie.
you, if she sent them to
Yeah,
you, she sent them to about 8 other brothers.
she probably
Facts.
did. She probably did.
Yeah.
Facts.
So you don't want to lay
As soon as I
hands
said,
on her or
"Ooh,"
nothing of
I
hers.
said, no, I said, "Ooh, what an oil? What an oil? What a baby oil? I mean, what a blessed oil? The blessed oil, not the baby oil. The blessed oil,
What
my
a
bad.
wait,
I
baby.
mean,
what kind of oil you was looking for? You so broke.
Wrong oil, bruh. You play too much.
Wrong oil.
right, I know, wrong oil, wrong. My bad. I
That one took me out. She had a clergy call on the
She
next
had
day.
a clergy. I said,
That's
"Sweet
the
Jesus."
scary part.
Oh
I said,
gosh.
"Ooh," I said, "Should I let her
Mm.
pray for me?" Ooh, Lord, she
No.
still pray for
So
me. Go
crazy.
pray for me.
Did you get her
They-
number? Look, we being
yeah,
nosy. Get her
yeah,
number. Let the world know. Did you
Mm.
get her number?
I
yep.
didn't. I didn't get her number, but yeah,
You
but
kept them
yeah.
pictures though.
But
No, I mean no. They I think she unsent them or took them back or whatever you however you do it.
You
But I
can't
see
unsee
you
unsent
can
them.
you know how
You
you can
can
unsend the
unsend.
message
You
in
can
Messenger.
unsend stuff in Messenger. I
Yeah.
don't know how they
Mm.
do it, but
Okay.
I've had people send me something and then it says that the message was deleted. I guess I ain't respond fast enough, and they've deleted whatever they sent.
Yeah.
I don't know how you delete what you're saying, but yeah, you can unsend something in Facebook
Yeah.
Messenger.
Yeah.
Joker said
She
y'all met up
flashed
after
me.
church.
You
Now
said
you
what?
know what we would have. We probably would have, but she live in another state, so I mean I ain't nothing I can do about
Oh
that.
wait.
But
Go
I
on,
just
take her
thought
to
that was
Golden
interesting.
Corral.
Right.
Oh yeah,
That's what
that's my favorite restaurant. Sure
Exactly.
will.
Go
Lord
on,
have
take her to
mercy.
Golden Corral. It's okay.
Lord
Yep.
have mercy.
Now for them pictures, she can get Longhorn. For them pictures, she said, "Lord have mercy." She
Oh,
get.
Oh my gosh. I cannot.
She-
that's funny.
I
I
cannot.
noticed you didn't say Houston's. You stopped at Longhorn.
Hey,
Right.
listen, that's just pictures. Not for some pictures. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
So with the side humor, Mark is crazy. So you've shared with us about, how you can set up your page, picking a screen name, being mindful of just putting too much personal information on there, photo selections. Then I know that in your book you talk about like, reviewing potential candidates and communication and chat and interaction. What does that look like for somebody that's new and, they may be trying out, online dating for the first time? Like what would be the first initial approach in doing that? Because
Well, being the lady, I do not initiate contact with men online. I let them, I'll respond to notes. more. So if you send me something, I'll go and I'll look at your page. If you got anything lewd, lascivious, if you've got any drugs, drug paraphernalia, anything that I just don't subscribe to, I used to go and be like, thank you for your kind words or whatever. But I would tell a little tale like, I just started seeing somebody or whatever, because I don't want to, necessarily be mean or nasty to them, but I don't want them bothering me, and I'm not really going to respond. So when you start talking to somebody though, and after you do engage, I just say your instincts are in you for a reason. Anytime you feel uneasy, something make you uncomfortable, you need to go ahead and 86 that interaction. You don't have to engage with everybody that wants to engage with you. Follow your instincts. Don't ever let anybody pressure you into meeting them. My first thing is, you know what? If it's meant to be, we'll eventually meet. But if I'm busy or if I just feel like it's not something I want to do, no amount of coercion is going to make me come meet you. Like I had this dude hit me up one night and he was like, hey, what you doing? Why don't you meet me up at, I don't know, somewhere, sports cafe or something like that. And I was like, no, because first of all, if you want to meet me, I'm sorry, I may be a little uppity with this one, but you need to make a plan, especially if I don't know you. Don't hit me up at 5 o'clock talking about you want to meet me at 7. I have things to do to get ready. I'm not getting ready to do that. Unless you and I are already dating and we've got something established, don't let somebody you don't know coerce you into hurrying up to do a meeting. Because if you really want to get to know me, you're going to be around talking to me until we get to that point, and you're not going to be rushing to meet me. What are you in a rush for?
Yeah.
So, I don't let people strong arm me into meeting them real fast. And like I said, I like to give them, plenty of time interacting. I let them ask for the number. Once we exchange, I expect to talk and communicate with you via telephone because I want to hear your voice. I want to listen. I'm listening to background sounds like a detective and everything. Because I mean, what's going on over there? So, yeah, you have to listen. You don't know you my baby. Because I asked this one dude when I said, you have a baby? He had like a 3-year-old. Child, my grandkids are way older than that. I'm not fooling with you and this 3-year-old. It's just not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So for people who are dealing with that, if that's in your personal life or you don't mind playing stepmommy, that's fine. But it's no sense in me even engaging with you because I already know that's not going to lead no place I want to go. Yeah. That's not a path I want to start down.
Yeah.
So, and that's something else. Like if right now I'm still working full time. If a guy is retired that I'm chatting with, he wants to travel and do some stuff. He may not want to be bothered with me. I got a schedule to keep to. I'm on my judge's schedule. Whenever he's on the bench for criminal cases, I'm in the courtroom. So this guy may not want to be bothered with me because, I'm not free to take off to Paris whenever, you decide you want to go. So that's where you figure out what's the common ground with the other person. Just little things like that. Maybe he has a pet python. We ain't got nothing to talk about, sir. I don't do surfing. So,
you tread on them.
Right.
You tread on their head. But yeah, because I actually dated somebody one time and found out he had a snake. I'm not going over to your house. So we might as well stop dating now. We're never, ever going to be. I'm not coming over there.
But you know what though? You remember Stephanie, Elder Allison, she's always like, whatever that man is into, we be all into it. You say if you into that man, you about to start loving them snakes now.
No, ma'am. I'm not gonna. Let me tell you something.
Give them a try.
I might be selfish, and maybe I'm selfish to a degree because I don't like the heat. I don't like bugs. I don't care for the outside. So unless he's got some kind of cool box for me to come watch him play ball, I'm not sitting out there in that hot
Cool
sun
box.
swatting mosquitoes while you play ball. I'm not gonna do it. You better set up a video feed because I'm not coming out there. I'm not gonna do it. So whatever he's into, I may or may not be into. I'll go to a hockey game with him, but I'm not gonna sit out in no hot sun and watch you play baseball. I'm not doing it.
Sasha, that's true.
So I'm
Sasha,
not. I don't care.
Sasha posted, and I remember this. She said that reminds me of when she met this guy's family, and the guy had a bird, and he actually kissed his bird on the lips too. He kissed the bird on the lips, and she said she never returned or talked to him again. Yeah, that's.
I don't blame you, Sasha. I don't blame you at all.
I think it was a parrot or something. The bird.
Oh, him love his bird.
I remember she telling me he was kissing the bird all.
That's creepy. That's very disturbing that he kissed a bird on the lips because he would never, ever. He wouldn't even drink out my cup after kissing a bird.
Yeah. So you really got to know what you're into and what your non-negotiables are and what they're not.
That's something. I'm glad you said that because that is something else that I put in the book. You should have 3 lists. You have a list of things you absolutely have to have in a mate. You have a list of things you absolutely will not tolerate, will not accept, is not going to fly. And this is according to you and your personal preferences. And then you have another list of stuff that's negotiable. It's gray. You know, I don't care if he smoke a cigar, just don't smoke it in the house. You know, stuff like that. But if you smoking weed, if you doing lines of coke, we never know. That's not gonna work.
Girl, you ain't never had no cocaine and weed? Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let me tell you something.
No, so I work in the law enforcement field. You're not getting me locked up. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to jail for nobody.
You bit.
Now I do want to ask this. I do want to ask this. I want to ask this, and I know our time it goes by so fast when we're on here. It takes no time to fly by, but it's always good having fun. So I want to ask this because I've actually encountered this a couple times while I've been on dating sites, and I'll be uneasy with this. When guys, like, you meet them on there, y'all have had a few, just conversations on there. You haven't even transpired to getting each other's number. And then they'll ask you, like, to meet up with them, like, do you want to meet up to some people, they ask for a drink. I don't drink, but people will ask, like, do you want to meet up for dinner or something? But I haven't even had an official conversation. I personally don't feel comfortable with that. I would rather at least have dialogue with you, have some more conversations, get to know you a little bit more before just like, but some people are okay with that. What do y'all think about that?
I think you need to video chat that person. You need to have some just regular chatter, but you also have to do some video chats. And I suggest you video chat people before you meet them, because back in the day before video chat, like I met this guy one time, I walked past him. I got to the restaurant, I kept walking because he didn't look nothing like his picture. He put a picture up from when he was 20 years ago when he played college ball. Wow. Okay, this was not you, sir. This is not you anymore. You don't look like that. So you need the video chat before you meet anybody in person. You want to know who you're meeting.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Catfish is a real thing. I guess I don't. Well, I haven't been on too many dates from him. I've only just entertained, but I hear a lot of people, especially a lot of guys. I run in, they like, are these your current pictures and stuff? No, because they really guys that I run across really be nervous about that catfish.
Well, because ladies, we got makeup, we got weave, we got eye color, we got these body magic things that we put on to change our whole figure. I had a guy.
The worst thing, y'all got filters. That's what y'all got. That's what
filters.
Some filters.
Well, men can put.
So I got a guy friend that he takes girls swimming on the first date. He wants to go on a swimming date. He's like, "Oh, we going swimming. We going swimming."
Shaking my head.
Oh gosh!
I had a guy ask me one time, was I a real woman? Was I a real female? And I was like, yeah. He said, do you have kids? And I was like, yeah. He said, you actually have a child you gave birth to? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, "Oh, okay."
They got to do that
And so
these days now. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I don't
Wow.
blame them.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
That's
See,
too cute.
for me, if see, it depends upon where a girl stay. If I'm gonna date her, it
Ah,
depends on where she stay. See, in this day and age when gas is really high, if she stay more than 2 exits away, she stay too far. And then it depends on what kind of apartment. Now, she stay in the house, that's one thing, but you gotta watch what kind of apartment she stay in. Because if she stays apartments that's got the name court, villa, gardens in the name of the apartment, don't go in there. Don't go in there. You finna get
Not
shot.
court.
Fort
You finna
Villa.
you villa or gardens. You finna get shot. You about to get shot.
Well,
Don't do
if
it.
they got some iron bars
And then
surrounding the property.
and then that's right. And then if you do go in her apartment,
It's true.
first thing you need to do, go to the bathroom. Go to her bathroom and turn that bathroom vent on. Now, if that vent gives you like a dull roar, that's a good apartment. But if you turn that vent on and that thing sounds like a motorcycle, like a Harley Davidson, get out of there. Get out. You finna get shot.
Why?
You finna get
Why?
shot. They raggedy. Because that's them project vents.
That's
Them
the
project
problem.
vents. Them project vents sound like motorcycles. Like,
But we're not even going to
what is
nobody's
that?
house yet, Mark.
I'm just
Right,
saying,
Mark, that
fellas.
took it there.
they
Right, we
tore
don't
down
went to
all the
somebody's house.
projects. They tore
We're
down
not
all.
going to nobody's house until we 30 days out, knowing
I'm just
somebody,
saying.
meeting them on a
I'll,
regular basis,
it could
consistent
be
conversation.
Even
We're
that
not
be
going to
scary.
nobody's
30
house.
days these days ain't even enough time.
no.
I don't know.
It could
I
be
may have become too cautious.
I had a police
no.
officer tell me one time that 30 days is long enough to, if the crazy flag is going to fly, it usually will fly within 30 days to 6 weeks.
And that is if you are consistently talking to them, because I
Yes.
believe that you can't hide your crazy. If you like, stuff gonna show.
Uh-uh.
So if
Jericho
you
said
are
the-
consistently talking to them, yeah.
Yep.
Jericho said if the
Yep.
gate broke bag out.
That's right, Jericho. Jericho, you right. If the game, if you get up there and that arm's still up, I'm 24 hours a day. You know, yes, get out of there. If that little arm's coming, get out of there. Get out.
Hilarious.
Get out of there.
Listen, Jada said, I feel like any man that can show their vulnerability to you, they're being honest with you. I guess that kind of, because some men can fake. I ain't gonna say some people can fake their vulnerability.
I was married to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for almost 12 years. So people are going to show you what they want you to know. You can be married to somebody for 30 years. The only thing you will ever see is what they choose to show you. You have got to use your discernment. You got to fast about some folks. You got to do a whole lot of connecting with the Father before you get too deep and too serious with somebody. Because they're going to hide what they don't want you to know. Google them.
Yeah.
I know people that run background checks. They pay to run background checks on people.
Nothing wrong with it.
Because, huh?
I said nothing wrong with it.
I just can't live like that. I mean,
you want to know.
I get it. I get it. I really do. I get it. In 2023, it's real out here in these streets, but that's just a lot. Running background checks.
It's a lot.
And like I said, the perspective is different because I'm a man.
Right.
So the perspective is different, but it's that just seems like a lot, you know.
Well, it's
a lot. It is a lot to date.
That is, and like you said, from a male's perspective, is not that, but for women, it can be a scary thing because women have to really, we have a lot that we have to consider in things of as it relates to like dating, and just because we can easily be victimized more in certain situations, and then especially for women who have children, they really have to consider a lot, because
Definitely.
you're not just bringing people into your life, but you're bringing people into the life of your child or your children. So it's even
Absolutely.
more important to really be cautious and consider. Again, going back to that story, this woman met this man after 7 weeks, and he victimized her infant, her newborn. So it's a
Scary.
different type of thing. Yeah. Jerker said she looked for mud
There,
shots.
there's also such a
Mush.
thing as people are organ harvesting.
Yo,
Now,
that's
I don't
real
know
too.
how they find out your blood type and all that kind of thing, but
Mhm.
I was watching something and the guy was saying if I'm a millionaire and I need a kidney, I'm not going to sit around on some list waiting for somebody to die. I'm going to find somebody healthy, or have somebody go out and do research on different people and see if they can find me a match, and we're going to make that person disappear.
Wow.
You
Mm.
don't know what people are thinking because they watch all this stuff on TV, and the voices sometimes come up with real good ideas and they put it in action.
Yo.
That's in my head.
So you
Crazy.
got to be careful mindful of all of that.
Yeah.
As
Mm.
crazy as it sounds, you have to be mindful of all of that.
You know what? I'm staying in the house. I'm just gonna stay in the house. I'm just gonna stay in the house.
Right.
Mm-mm.
You gonna pick
My
your you gonna
yeah.
pick your person for you, Jack.
Nah, she got my side hurting over here now. Lord Jesus, I need my kids. She got my side
Okay.
hurting.
We're gonna pick your person for you. We're gonna find you a good one.
Mm.
I know you want to celebrate your birthday, and I understand. Just go out with some people you know and have a good time, and then
Mm. I'm scared. I'm scared. Mm-mm. I am scared.
Well,
we're not
Y'all,
trying to
y'all
scare
scared.
anybody. I
Y'all are
just want you
scaring me
to think.
tonight.
you said we're scaring you.
Y'all are scaring me tonight. Y'all real love. And see, cause I be looking at all that true crime TV and all that stuff, and all that diabolical stuff that be happening. Y'all scared me.
You honestly have to be so careful. I went out with a guy one time, and I will never forget it. We met in Smyrna at I don't know, Longhorn or somewhere. And afterwards we were like, hey, we're gonna go dancing, to a club or whatever. And we had talked on the phone for the, my customary 6 weeks in my mind. And he kept trying to get me to get in his car. And I was like, no, I'll just follow you to the spot. And he was like, no, I'd rather you ride with me. And I was like, I don't want to ride with you. And he was like, no, just come on, you can save you. And I, back and forth. So
Mm.
finally I said, what's the difference? And he said to me, and I quote, if you take your car, you can leave when you want to leave. If you go with me, you leave when I say you leave.
Oh
Red
Lord,
flag right
Jesus,
there
Jesus,
on the
Jesus.
sidewalk.
Ooh.
Done deal.
Lord have
I don't
mercy,
know what that
Jesus.
boy had in his trunk.
She
Okay.
done came across Jack the Ripper or somebody. Lord have mercy.
See,
Ooh.
I can't.
I wouldn't even know what. I'd be like, what? I,
I was
I,
like, thank you for
start
a
screaming
lovely,
instantly.
thank you for a lovely meal.
I just start screaming instantly out the blue, like, help me, help me.
What, you just gonna start hollering?
Uh-uh.
You just gonna start
Instantly.
hollering? No, you should just start speaking in tongues. He done left you alone.
Right.
Speaking in tongues. You leave when I say we gonna leave. I shut it up.
Okay.
That man would have hit the gas on you so hard.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
I've done that to those fake them people that be calling whatever on the phone. The man, he was just stunned. He didn't know what to do.
Shaking my head.
Oh gosh.
No, start speaking in tongues.
Right.
Speaking in tongues.
That'll get the devil off your back for sure.
Right,
Okay.
start rebuking folks. I cancel you in the name of Jesus right now.
I rebuke that. Right.
That will rebuke you and everything like you.
Right.
Woo.
Oh gosh. Well, listen, No.
Oh God,
Yep.
Jesus. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. But yeah, you got some weird people out here. But yeah, that would I would have instantly started screaming right then and there. Like somebody could help
I
me.
didn't start screaming. I was just like, you know what? Thank you for the food. Have a nice night. And then I think I said something like, "Do you want your money back? Because I because I need to get away from you.
Okay.
Right.
I'm always ready to pay for whatever I get. I got it. I got it covered. So I don't need no
Yeah.
problems.
Well, saying
Yeah, because he
that
was impressed.
saying that, and I know that our time has it has reached, but in these last few moments, whatever, I do want to leave off with that. What do you suggest in meeting someone for the first date? I know that will be could be a whole nother conversation, but should the woman, if you meet this man for the first time with an online date, should she pay for her own meal and he pay, or you know, in that situation? Angela, she's rolling eyes. Go ahead.
Okay. That's such a touchy subject. I know a lot of people, be strong with that. I think your first date, and I think I put this actually in the book, you're just trying to spend maybe 30 minutes to an hour with somebody. It doesn't have to be a 5-star restaurant because, men be kind of funky about spending their money, and dating is expensive. They don't know you.
Yes.
The
Yes.
first date is a meets and greets. We're going to meet for ice cream, coffee, hot chocolate. I don't suggest alcohol because it skews your vision. I'm not saying, down with having drinks or wine or whatever, but first date, first meet and greet, no ma'am, no sir, don't do that. Because it's going to impair how you see that person, because it's going to alter your vision. But be prepared to pay for your own stuff. I've never had a guy ask me to pay for my food, my nothing. But I'm always prepared, because in this day and age, you got these jokers talking about what you bring to the table and all this other foolishness. But I don't date them because I'm of a certain age. I date grown men. They ain't never asked me to pay for nothing. So, but you should still be prepared. And I say that just to be on the safe side, because I've seen the TikToks where, he asked for separate checks. If y'all haven't discussed it, you don't know what this man is thinking in his mind. So just be prepared. But I still say, first meet and greet, meet for ice cream. You ain't got to go somewhere and spend $200 on a dinner. That's a lot
I
of money.
agree.
And that man
I
got
agree
bills
with
to pay, just like
everything
you
you
got bills
said.
to pay.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
So, just be
Evan.
mindful.
See, Mark Evan, we all ain't no gold diggers project.
Right. We ain't trying to get in your pocket for a meal.
Oh,
Now you got
stop
women
it, because
that'll
I already
argue
know it's
me
coming.
down,
It's
but
coming.
I would step nowhere without money in my pocket.
Listen.
As a matter of fact, if I don't have any money, I'm not going out with you,
Yeah.
because I
Facts.
don't know
Look
what
at that
you're.
dress.
At the end of the
Look at
day,
that.
I don't know how you may switch up on me. I'm gonna make sure that I'm covered. Anything I
Look at.
order on the menu, I got the money in my pocket or on my card, rather, to cover
No.
it. So if you get to
Look at
acting
how.
funky, acting stank, I got it. Don't worry about it.
What you gonna
Look
say,
at
Mark?
how. Look at how. Look at how Angela is dressed. You can't take her to no ice cream shop dressed like that. Okay. You got. You got to take her to Outback somewhere. You know.
Out
Don't
there.
play with me. I do not, and I don't like Outback. No, that's Longhorn. I don't like Longhorn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Longhorn. Yes.
So I don't
You
like
can't take her
Longhorn.
to no ice cream
Let
shop dressed
him
like
pick
that.
the
She got
restaurant if
on.
he's paying. Oh, whoever asked for the date is supposed to pay.
That's true.
If he asks me out, he's supposed to pay. But if I ask him out, I'm supposed to be prepared to pay, because whoever asked for the date is supposed to pay.
Makes sense.
So be careful telling somebody, "Oh, why don't we meet up and get something to eat?"
Right.
Because he might be expecting you to pay because you asked.
True.
So just be careful.
That's true.
True.
That's true. All right. Well, This has been very informative and funny at the same time, very humorous. Thank you so much, Regina, for sharing, those tidbits of information and insight as we are,
Yeah.
journeying, like I said, on, you know, this single life and dating online is one of those things that is a part of the modern day society and how we do things, and I think it has its benefits. Of course, like everything, it has its positives and negatives. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think it was very insightful. Now, can you, before we close out, can you just share with everybody the title of your book, where they can find it, and yeah, so that they can find you and find your book. It's a help to handbook.
Well, thank you very much for the invitation. I have definitely enjoyed you guys. I do watch you all. I don't think I've watched all the shows, but I caught like the first two.
Oh,
The book is, and hopefully you can see it, it's How to Safely Date Online. Is online dating for you? I gotta find my camera. And then the back of it, because there's a couple of other ones that are out there, but this is what the back looks like. It's got my picture on it, and it's on Amazon.
okay.
So it's on Amazon. They have the ebook, and I have the paperback book.
Okay.
So support your girl.
Yes, yes. Yes, I mean, I've read it. Like I said, it has some helpful tips. And just, it's definitely good for somebody who is, you may just be getting in the dating scenes for as online dating is concerned, and you're concerned about, what that looks like, and you just want to have some type of insight going into it before. I think this is a helpful guide, and it kind of gives you some insight as far as what to do and just how to approach the situation. And so I think it's very, very good. So again, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing. Thank you for sharing your input and your advice on how we should go about this. I think it was very, very helpful. So thank you so much. We appreciate you for joining.
Thank you.
Mark, do you have any closing thoughts tonight?
My closing thoughts. Fellas, listen, if you run across a crazy woman, don't turn into James Bond and have to go through all this rigmarole to find out what's going on. Just hit the block button. That's all you gotta do. Just block her. And you can do that from the comfort of your own home. Okay? You ain't gotta turn into Mission Impossible. Just hit the block button and keep scrolling. Amen. But
Don't be
no,
looking at them
everything
back pictures that she sent you or whatever, and then
oh Lord. Well, I got to go back and see them so I can delete them. I want to make sure I'm deleting the right pictures.
Oh,
Jesus,
not with you. I cannot. Oh God, Angela, do you have any closing words? Anything that you want to say before we get off?
Not really, just online dating, and we talk about first dates and all of that good stuff with online dating. And I believe a lot of that applies with even if you didn't meet online, just be safe. Let's not be so ready and eager and thirsty and oh, is this about to be my husband? Like, let's not be doing all of that. Let's
yep.
just enjoy the moment and be safe doing it, because you have no clue, really. You really don't know who this person is, honestly. So let's just be safe.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with everybody, what everybody has said. I think, of course, we're all as singles, for those of us, because everybody, to be honest, who may be single may not be looking for, companionship on the level of marriage or dating. Some people, generally are on just to find friends, somebody to casually hang out with from time to time, whatever that looks like. But again, as everyone has already mentioned and forestated, you definitely want to be careful out here. You definitely want to make sure that, you're keen in, you're paying attention, you're not just gullible and you're just not out there just wondering, because that's when you can find yourself in a dangerous situation. And you want to just have fun. I know a lot of times, I don't know if men do this, maybe some, but I know a lot of times women, we can especially when we get a certain age where we're anxious and we're like, you know, you can be on there and you're just looking like, is this the one? Is this my man? Is this my husband? You know, but you have to approach it from a, of course, you want to be serious, but at the same time, a fun place and just meeting people. You just never know, and just be yourself and be comfortable. But beyond everything, you definitely want to be safe, and you want to make sure that you're making wise decision and using good judgment, good sound judgment, and take some of the pointers and the tips that were given tonight. Yes, you got your hand up, Regina.
I was going to say one more thing, and this is something I never touched on in the book because I'd never done it. I didn't realize people were doing it. I'm not traveling out of town to meet some stranger. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that, because that you really are putting yourself in a position, male or female, to be kidnapped, victimized, you disappear, never to be seen or heard from again. Just don't do that. Too many people are talking about, oh, they flying me out. You don't know this person. You don't know what kind of shenanigans they got set up for you. Please don't do that. That is very dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, don't go out of town to meet some stranger on their territory. Don't do that.
I agree. Yeah. All right. Well, if there are no other comments, questions, concerns, I see Mark is looking up in the air. That means it's time to go. But I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. Again, you know, continue to watch, continue to let other people know that we're on. We're building, we're growing, and so we want you to continue to grow with us. And we're looking forward to doing some more fun and interesting things, having more guests come on. We have a couple of interesting topics that are coming, and we want you guys to stay tuned. I think our next show, we're going to be dealing with either one or two topics. It just depends on what we're able to get to. But our topic ideas, and this Angela brought us these great ideas, and I think they're going to be perfect. We're going to be talking about finding a spouse in church, the ratio of men to women in the church house. Okay. And we already know that's going to be very, very sexy. And we want to talk about, are women really thirsty for marriage? And are men thirsty for marriage? So you guys want to stay tuned. Mark is shaking his head. Mark, all right, you can tell the truth. We ain't gonna judge you. So you guys want to stay tuned. We're gonna have some good conversation and topics, and we want you guys to be a part of it. Hey, if you're viewing and there's some topics or discussions that you want us to have, please feel free to message me or hit us up. Let us know. You know, we're open to ideas and suggestions, and we want you to be a part of these conversations. And so please, by all means, be free to send us a message and let us know some of the topics and discussions that you want us to have. We so welcome them. Okay. All right. Well, this has been another wonderful Tuesday night of Candid Conversations from the Single Place. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Listen, go ahead, replay this, listen to the information again. We welcome it. And until next time, we say you guys be blessed, be favored, and be inspired. Until we see you guys the next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.